Why God removes narcissists to clear the path for the chosen ones. Have you ever found yourself in the grip of a narcissist, feeling manipulated, trapped, and emotionally exhausted, only to wonder why God allows such toxic people into your life? Why does it seem like narcissists, those who thrive on control, manipulation, and self-aggrandizement, are allowed to wreak havoc, often with no apparent consequences? What if I told you that, rather than being a random force of destruction, narcissists might actually play an important role in God's divine plan, one that ultimately clears the path for the chosen ones? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand not only why God allows narcissists to exist in your life, but also how their eventual removal is part of a larger divine purpose to refine and elevate those who are destined for greatness. If you've ever felt weighed down by the presence of a narcissist in your life and wondered why God doesn't just remove them, this article will provide you with clarity and peace. You're not just being tested, you're being prepared for something greater. So, before we dive in, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video, because what you're about to hear could very well change your perspective on the struggles you faced with narcissistic individuals. Trust me, you'll want to hear the whole story. Hello, and thank you for joining me today. Before we jump into the heart of today's discussion, if you're someone who's ever been tangled up with a narcissist or felt as though your life's purpose was being hindered by toxic people, then this video is for you. If you've ever questioned why a narcissist seemed to have power over you or why they continued to exist in your life, keep watching, because today we're going to explore a profound and comforting truth. We've all encountered narcissists. They might appear charming at first, gaining our trust and admiration with their charisma. But eventually, their true colors begin to show: manipulative, self-centered, and often emotionally abusive. Narcissists thrive on control. They thrive on attention. They thrive on demeaning others to lift themselves up. And whether they're a partner, a colleague, a friend, or a family member, narcissists can have a devastating impact on your emotional and spiritual well-being. But what if I told you that God's involvement in this situation is much deeper than simply letting them run rampant? Narcissists often serve as tools in God's larger plan, tools that, believe it or not, can clear the way for the chosen ones. If you're someone who has felt like the narcissists in your life have been an obstacle to your destiny, I want you to know something important. God removes narcissists to clear the path for you. So, why would God do this? Why would He allow someone so toxic to affect your life, only to remove them later? To answer this, we must first understand that God's plan is often bigger than what we can see. Narcissists, while causing chaos, also serve a purpose in the spiritual refinement of those who are destined for something greater. In order for the chosen ones to step into their true calling, there are often trials, tests, and challenges that must be overcome. Some of these tests come in the form of difficult people who, through their toxic behavior, push us to develop resilience, patience, and discernment. These people might be narcissists. And while it's true that their behavior is harmful, it's also true that their role in our lives, whether we see it immediately or not, can serve to shape us into the people God needs us to be. Now let's explore in detail the 5 reasons why God allows narcissists into our lives and how He uses their eventual removal to pave the way for the chosen ones. The first thing God does through the presence of a narcissist is refine your character. You may find yourself emotionally drained, confused, and even doubting your own worth when you're around a narcissist. Narcissists excel at pushing people to the brink of their patience, self-esteem, and emotional stability. They twist words, gaslight you, and make you question your reality. They know how to make you feel small so that they can feel superior. And yet, God uses these challenges to build up your resilience. Every moment of frustration with a narcissist is a chance for you to strengthen your inner peace and sense of self. Through these trials, God is molding you for the greatness that lies ahead. Narcissists are not there to break you. They are there to reveal the strength you didn't even know you had. You learn to trust your instincts, set boundaries, and become more aware of the power you hold within yourself. These lessons, though difficult, are precisely what prepare you for the higher calling that God has set before you. Without these struggles, you would not develop the spiritual and emotional maturity required to navigate the challenges that come with your divine destiny. Second, narcissists help you sharpen your discernment. They are masters of manipulation, using flattery, guilt, and emotional warfare to control others. But dealing with narcissists forces you to become more attuned to the behaviors and patterns of deceit and manipulation. Through these encounters, you begin to sharpen your ability to see people for who they truly are, not just for the mask they wear. Your discernment grows, enabling you to make better decisions about who you allow into your inner circle. What's amazing is that God uses narcissists to teach you how to recognize toxic behavior and avoid being manipulated by it. Over time, you'll become more spiritually discerning, and this skill will serve you in many areas of your life, especially as you step into your calling and encounter people who may try to derail you. Third, narcissists serve as a tool for spiritual growth. It may seem counterintuitive, but in many ways, narcissists are used by God to teach us lessons we wouldn't learn otherwise. Think about how many times you've had to rely on God during your interactions with a narcissist. You may have found yourself praying for patience, strength, and wisdom. You may have asked God for help in navigating difficult conversations, or for protection from emotional harm. Narcissists push you to seek God more earnestly. This spiritual growth, this deepening of your relationship with God, can only come through challenge and struggle. The narcissist, in their arrogance and manipulation, pushes you closer to God, forcing you to lean on Him for guidance and strength. Through this, your faith and trust in God are strengthened, preparing you for the greater mission that lies ahead. Fourth, the narcissist's removal is part of God's divine timing. The key thing to understand is that God works on His timetable, not ours. Narcissists may remain in your life longer than you'd like, but their ultimate removal is always part of God's timing. At the right moment, God will make a way for them to exit your life, whether that's through a confrontation, a natural separation, or a situation that forces them to leave. What you might not realize is that during their presence, God is teaching you valuable lessons, but He is also preparing you for a time when they will no longer be a hindrance. Their removal clears the way for you to step into the fullness of what God has planned for you. Once the narcissist is out of the picture, you will be more equipped to move forward with greater clarity, peace, and a renewed sense of purpose. Finally, God uses the removal of narcissists to elevate the chosen ones. Narcissists are often deeply insecure, and they seek to tear down others in order to feel superior. Their very existence in your life has been to test your resolve, to challenge your identity, and to force you to confront your deepest fears. But once they are removed, you are left with a newfound sense of empowerment. You are no longer bogged down by the emotional manipulation and toxic energy they brought into your life. You are free to pursue your calling with more passion, focus, and spiritual clarity. In this sense, the removal of the narcissist is not just an escape from pain, it is a divine elevation. It is God's way of clearing the path for you to walk in your destiny, free from the toxic influences that once held you back. Thank you so much for sticking with me today. I hope this article has given you a new perspective on why narcissists appear in our lives and why, ultimately, they are removed. It's not just about punishment. It's about divine preparation. God uses every experience, even those with difficult people, to refine and elevate His chosen ones for a higher purpose. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's continue to share the message that God is always at work, even in the most challenging situations. If you're struggling with a narcissist right now, trust that this too shall pass. God is using it to shape you for something far greater. And once that narcissist is removed, you'll step into the freedom and purpose that God has always intended for you. Thank you again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Stay strong, stay faithful, and trust that God is working behind the scenes on your behalf. Say this, and a narcissist will never mess with you again. Have you ever found yourself stuck in a situation with a narcissist, feeling manipulated, emotionally drained, and perhaps even questioning your own sanity? Whether it's in your personal relationships, at work, or even within your family, narcissists can infiltrate your life and make you feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells. Their charm and confidence can be intoxicating at first, but over time, their true nature reveals itself. They thrive on control, admiration, and validation, often at the expense of those around them. But what if I told you there's a simple phrase, just a few words, that could completely disarm a narcissist, stop them in their tracks, and make them rethink ever messing with you again? What if you could regain control of the situation and protect your peace with just one sentence? In this video, we're going to explore a powerful game-changing strategy that will make narcissists think twice before ever trying to manipulate you again. It's not about fighting back or being confrontational. It's about understanding the nature of narcissism and asserting yourself with a calm, firm boundary that no narcissist will be able to breach. By the end of this discussion, you'll not only know exactly what to say, but you'll also understand why it works and how it's rooted in both psychological insight and emotional self-defense. So, stick around, because what you're about to learn might just change the way you interact with narcissists and set you free from their emotional grip for good. Hello, and welcome. Before we dive in, if you find this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe so that more people can discover this life-changing insight. Now let's talk about the narcissist in your life, whether it's a colleague, a friend, a family member, or even a romantic partner. If you've ever been caught in the web of a narcissist's manipulation, you know how disorienting it can be. They have a way of twisting reality, making you doubt your own perceptions, and leaving you emotionally exhausted. But here's the thing. Narcissists are experts at exploiting your vulnerabilities, but they rely on your emotional reactions to maintain their control. What if I told you there's a way to break free from their manipulation without getting emotional, without getting angry, and without playing their game? That's where the magic of the phrase, "that's not going to work on me," comes into play. Let's first examine why narcissists are so dangerous. Narcissists have a deep need for admiration, attention, and validation. They have an inflated sense of their own importance, and they view themselves as superior to others. They thrive on the idea that they can manipulate, control, and dominate those around them. Whether it's through gaslighting, emotional abuse, or simple disregard for your feelings, narcissists make it their mission to ensure that they remain at the center of your attention. They need to feel important and validated, and they'll stop at nothing to ensure they're the one pulling the strings in any given relationship or interaction. Now, this is where the problem lies. They play a game, and their primary tactic is control. If you're constantly reacting to their manipulation, if you're constantly giving them the emotional responses they crave, they will continue to push your buttons, weigh you down, and keep you trapped in a cycle of emotional turmoil. Narcissists are masters of this. They know exactly how to trigger your emotions and use them to maintain power over you. They thrive on the chaos they create because it reinforces their sense of superiority. But what if you could change the rules of the game? What if you could stop playing into their drama, stop reacting to their manipulation, and start asserting your boundaries in a way that forces them to see that their tactics no longer work on you? That's where the phrase, "that's not going to work on me," becomes your most powerful tool. The beauty of this phrase is that it's simple, direct, and non-confrontational. It doesn't involve engaging in their emotional manipulation or raising your voice in anger. It's not about making a big scene or getting into a power struggle. Instead, it's about calmly and firmly asserting that you will no longer tolerate their behavior. You are drawing a line in the sand, and you're making it clear that their usual tactics are ineffective against you. You are no longer a puppet for them to control, and you will not be their emotional punching bag. Now let's dive into why this phrase works so effectively on narcissists. Narcissists operate on a very specific set of principles. They need validation, control, and power. They view themselves as superior to others and expect to be treated as such. When you stop reacting emotionally, when you refuse to engage in their drama, and when you assert yourself with this simple phrase, you strip away their ability to dominate you. When you say, "that's not going to work on me," you are removing the power they derive from your emotional reactions. You are not giving them the validation they seek, and you are not allowing them to manipulate you into feeling small, insecure, or helpless. You are stating very clearly that you will not tolerate their behavior, and you will not engage in their power games. What happens next? The narcissist may try to escalate. They may try to gaslight you, twist your words, or play the victim. But here's the key. By remaining calm and steady in your response, you are showing them that their usual tactics no longer work on you. Narcissists rely on your emotional reactions to maintain their control, and when you stop giving them that, they lose their grip. You've just taken away their biggest weapon. Now let's talk about how to effectively use this phrase. The key to success lies in the delivery. You don't want to say it with anger or frustration. That's exactly what the narcissist is hoping for. An emotional outburst that will give them the opportunity to manipulate you. Instead, say it calmly, firmly, and without emotion. You don't need to explain yourself or justify your position. Simply state the phrase and let it stand. The more you practice this kind of emotional detachment, the more effective it will become. The phrase works because it challenges the narcissist's illusion of control. It tells them that you are no longer part of their emotional circus. You have broken free from their manipulation, and they are left with nothing to work with. Narcissists may try to argue or push back, but the more consistently you reinforce your boundary, the less power they will have over you. But here's the truth. Narcissists don't like to lose control. When you take away their power, when you stop reacting to their manipulation, they may feel threatened, confused, or even enraged. But they are now faced with a difficult choice. They can either accept that their tactics don't work on you and move on, or they can escalate their behavior, which will only serve to expose their true nature. Either way, you've won. This strategy is not about confronting the narcissist head-on or trying to change them. It's about protecting your peace, asserting your boundaries, and refusing to be manipulated. The more you practice this approach, the more empowered you will feel. You will no longer be at the mercy of their gaslighting or emotional abuse. Instead, you will be the one in control of your own emotions and your interactions with them. It's also important to note that narcissists often target people they perceive as weak or insecure. When you stand firm, when you draw your boundary with confidence, it forces them to reassess their approach. Narcissists are always looking for people they can manipulate and control. When you stop being a target, they will either move on to someone else or, if they continue trying to engage, you will see them for who they truly are. And in that moment, you'll realize that they no longer have the power to affect you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this video has provided you with the tools and insights to break free from the manipulation of narcissists and take control of your relationships. Remember, the phrase, "That's not going to work on me," is more than just words. It's a powerful assertion of your boundaries, your self-worth, and your emotional resilience. It's a tool that will stop narcissists in their tracks, disarm their manipulative tactics, and protect your peace. If this video resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe so that others can benefit from this life-changing insight. Narcissists will only have as much power over you as you allow them to. Take back your power, protect your peace, and never forget that you are worthy of respect and healthy boundaries. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Stay strong, stay confident, and most importantly, stay true to yourself. 5 things God always does to a narcissist. Have you ever felt caught in the web of a narcissist's manipulation? Maybe it's a colleague, a family member, or even a partner, someone whose need for control, validation, and admiration knows no bounds. You've probably noticed that narcissists thrive on exploiting others to fuel their egos. They seem untouchable, insulated by their grandiose sense of self-importance. But have you ever wondered if there is a greater force at play, a divine hand that is always working behind the scenes? What if I told you that God has a plan for every narcissist, no matter how much they may seem invincible? What if, despite their efforts to manipulate and dominate, God always does certain things to bring them to account? In this video, we're going to uncover 5 powerful actions that God always takes when dealing with narcissists. This isn't about revenge. It's about divine justice, the ultimate force that realigns even the most prideful hearts. Whether you're dealing with a narcissist in your life, or you've just been wondering why they seem to get away with so much, this discussion will reveal the answers you need. Stay with us, because by the end of this article, you'll see narcissists in a whole new light, and understand how God is working behind the scenes in ways you might not even realize. Welcome, and thank you for tuning in today. Before we get started, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can continue receiving valuable content like this. Today's topic is incredibly important, especially for anyone who has ever felt caught in the web